Hi there, we are Isolve. My name is Suho Patel.
My name is Alex Kalka.
My name is Julie Huerta.
My name is Habib Rajani.
My name is Alassana.
And today we're going to be talking about Busybodies. So what Busybodies actually is a company that provides to 5 to 11-year-olds that actually have very little creative learning.
The aim of the organization is to have social inclusion in multicultural societies through art, French, and other activities.
Busybody main object is to develop an art gallery in which children pieces work are displayed. The goal here is to show what they are capable of and the progress that have been made. They want also to help children interact with each other and let them building up their confidence in order to create a more engaged and motivated population.
Well, Busybody, they're actually a newly found company. However, they've actually managed to achieve quite a lot in a short amount of time. They've actually worked with over 3,000 kids, worked with 19 artists, and over 160 workshops in the last 3 years.
So what our objective today is basically to make sure that obviously all businesses have problems. Now we've obviously found a few problems such as accounting issues, competitors, marketing, investors and HR legal. We're going to actually find solutions for them. Alessandra's going to talk about accounting, Julio's going to talk about competitors, I myself going to talk about marketing, Habib Rajani is going to talk about investors, and Alex is going to talk about HR legal, sorry. I'll just pass it on to Alessandra to talk about accounting for now. That's it.
So I'll be talking about accounting. During the lecture, Alexa spoke about a mistake the accountant made that cost the company £2,000. There are two solutions for that. Solution number one is to keep a current account. If she does that, hopefully you'll learn from the mistake and not do it again. The second solution is to hire another accountant. If she does that because she has a small budget, the next account might end up doing the same mistake as the previous one. So my recommendation is to keep a current account. Also, a way to help the account is by investing in accounting software such as QuickBooks or Cashew. That way, accountant will get the financial statement much faster, which also help a company be more efficient. There are also ways to save, so like landlines or broadband. Different providers offer different deals. So if she researches, she might find one that is cheaper than the one she currently has. On the next slide, I'll be talking about ways to increase budget. So a way to increase budget is by using donation box. I heard her say during the lecture that she shows off her kids' work during an art gallery display. So if she uses donation box, people will be able to donate and she will continue to do her work. Also reactivate inactive customers. So if she contacts them, the customer that she currently does not have but she once had, and offers a solution to their problems, hopefully some of them will return to her, and which will increase the number of clients that she has. Also, another way to improve a company is by asking her current customers what's wrong with the company, because it's important to get new customers, but it's also important to keep her current customers also happy. So if she asks them ways to improve her company or something that's wrong with her company and how to improve it, they should be happy about that and not want to leave. Also ask the current customers ask the customers to refer her to someone else. So she can offer like a deal, so like 10% off for this month if some of the customer can successfully get someone else to come to a company.
So today I will talk about competitors. The competition in London is very high as the competitors are quite low. First of all, since the company's competitors are all bigger in size and revenue than the company itself, busybodies should be more aware of the competition they are facing and should adopt a new strategy that allow them to closely monitor their competitors and, and stay update of the new strategy they implement. Another problem the business they has an office at Auckland Settlement, who is the bigger competitor, and this fact does not allow them to grow and be properly recognized by the public. The next slide will be about we can talk about some solutions that can we recommend to Bizzie. First of all, Bizzie should create a more efficient and reliable website in order to attract more customers. They can also offer free product or make special offer in order to be set apart from the competitors. The main problem, in my opinion, they should solve is to get an office away from the competitors, and as people will become more aware of the business. Now my colleague will talk about marketing.
Hi guys, I'm going to talk about the marketing problems that Busybody actually faces. Firstly, just to start off, the first main obvious point is the lack of use in social media. Now, we know she does have Twitter and stuff, but she can obviously expand on other social media websites like Facebook, Instagram and stuff like that as well. She obviously has a very small budget to market her business as well, but that's not really a problem because there is free ways in order for her to actually advertise her business, which we'll obviously talk later on. Another problem is she's just marketing in London. Now, she can obviously expand her business a lot more around the UK or internationally as well, when obviously her name's a lot more known. She's actually spending money on someone to do her marketing for her. I think she's using a communication officer to do her social media. I mean, as we know, her budget is pretty small. She can actually save money by firing the communication officer and actually engaging with the marketing herself and doing it herself as well. And like the last point as well, just thinking back to the previous one, she's not engaging with the marketing side. Again, she needs to engage a lot more. She needs to know where her business needs to be marketed, and she needs to know what problems she's facing in the marketing problems. Just going to talk about a few solutions that she could use. Firstly, the marketing solutions that we have. The first one, the main obvious one, is expand her business on social media. Now, social media is one of the fastest growing things around the world right now. We all know that as well for businesses. And a few stats that I've actually got here as well is that 90% of adults actually use social media. 3 billion of 7.2 billion people have access to the internet, and social media access to social media is going up to 2.5 billion by 2018. So 2.5 billion people are going to have access to social media by 2018. Now, another way she could do it by having a creative and effective website. This obviously is a simple procedure. She just needs to update her website and making sure the content's up to date and all the old content's taken out as well. Creating a blog and engaging with existing customers. Now, creating a blog's for free. You're allowed up to 100 posts, I think. And obviously, she can advertise her business that way, market it a lot more, and she can interact with her customers as well. Now, a few facts that we've actually got on blogging as well is 94% of people who share posts do it because they find it useful. 45% of marketers say that blogging is the most important for a marketing strategy. And 92% of companies who blog multiple times in a day actually acquire a customer from it. So if she does blog a lot more, she'll obviously get more customers being attracted. Making leaflet and brochures, which is a very simple procedure. Again, creating a website, leaflet or brochure through the computer, which can be done by her as well, and just giving it out to the public to make notify people a lot more of the business. And optimize the website and update it frequently. By optimizing it, she'll obviously put it on the search engine a lot higher, and people will be able to see it a lot more. And email marketing campaigns. Email marketing campaigns would obviously be a way to existing customers as well, by making them aware of future events, future programs, and giving it to a lot of customers to make them feel as if they're welcome to the business, and making sure that they obviously have good loyal customers. Just gonna pass it on. I'm gonna pass it on to my colleague now, who's gonna actually talk about investors.
So continuing on from what my colleague has said, I will actually be speaking about investors, which we actually think is actually a big part of a business. It's actually like the heart of a business. Without no money, a business actually won't function. So without no money coming in, there's actually no money coming out. It's really as simple as that. Moving on to the next slide, I will actually be speaking about how much money was actually invested. She won about 20 grand from competition-based events, from competition-based events, which is actually not a lot of money, knowing that she's actually running a business in London. She actually briefed us that her accountant managed to lose her about 2,000 grand, which is almost a quarter of her money that she actually gone, and she's actually paying 1,200 to 1,500 for legal advice. And adding both prices together, that's almost half of her money actually gone on just two things alone. We actually researched and managed to find out that an average successful business in London needs about 100 grand to actually be successful, because London is actually quite competitive and it's quite expensive. Right now she's actually getting volunteers, and she's actually getting free places for her to actually do her events. And we see it as the bigger the business grows, the more money she's actually going to have to invest into her business. So she's actually going to have to get people to actually work 9 to 5s and actually get solid employees and actually get a solid base for her business to actually run. We actually managed to get some solutions for her business and how she can get some more investors and get some more money into her business. One being personal saving. However, this is more tailored or more favoured to more upper class people, because they are more likely to have more money to actually invest into a business and put money into their pockets to actually make a business function. Second is actually family and friends, which is basically getting family and friends to who actually see what you're doing, and they see it as a good purpose and see your vision, and who are happy to actually help and actually invest, which is quite similar to personal savings. The only difference is you're actually getting other people who are quite close to you to actually invest into your business. Thirdly is actually bank loans. This is actually the most popular way, and a lot of businesses actually go through this way to actually get investors to invest into their business. This counts as a very hard way. The disadvantage to this is very hard, because you have to actually go pitch your idea to a bank, and the difficulty is not a lot of banks might not see your vision or might not be happy to actually invest with money into your business, because they might not be sure if they'll get the money back in the long run. And finally, but not the least, is actually corporate programs. This is simply when a bigger business actually invests into a smaller business, quite similar to bank loans. They actually invest into your business because they actually see what you're trying to do, they see your vision and see it as will be able to benefit them in the near future. And like I said, all of these are that way of her actually getting some more money to invest into her business. And now I'll be passing it on to Alex Corker, who will be talking about human resources.
I'm going to talk about HR and legal. This is some of the problems she's facing in her business. One would be, she said she paid £1,200 to a lawyer just for an advice, excluding that. And the second one is she saves very important documents on a laptop. And the third one is she says she don't have time to do research. So some of the solutions for this problem will be she needs to ask her friends and family for advice rather than go to a lawyer to pay £1,200. And the second one will be she needs better organization skills and communication skills rather than saving everything on a laptop. Just in case the laptop wipe out, she can like open an email account, or she can store very important document in her email. And the third one is she needs to know that it's a lot, although we know that it's a lot of time and effort that she could do secondary research and primary research, which will help her on a minimum wages, or she can find someone that we do the research for her. Although she's busy, but she can find someone that do the research, and she can pay them on a minimum wages. And communication based in order to do primary research. Yeah.
So as a team, what we've concluded is obviously Busybody is actually spending a lot of money that she doesn't need to spend. For example, with the accounting side, she's spending £2,000 on an accountant's mistake. Now, she could do the accounting problem herself, like my colleague mentioned, by using QuickBooks and other softwares as well to get financial statements. I think she's got a small budget. Now, that's where the problem lies. Now, she needs to, rather than spending money, she needs to start saving money. And again, with like, for example, the marketing side, which I spoke about, she's spending money on a communication officer. Now, does she really need a communication officer? I don't think so. Social media, just to do your social media, she doesn't need to pay someone for that. I mean, we have phones nowadays, iPhones, Samsungs, whatever, they have social media apps on their own phone. So in order for her to upload, she could do that herself. Again, she'll be saving money there, she'll be saving wages and stuff like that as well. And like Alex mentioned about the HR legal, £1,200 just to get advice from a lawyer is pretty much, and she doesn't have that type of money to use. She needs to obviously look at her budgets, and as Ajani mentioned, what he said obviously with the HR legal, she only has £20,000. Although she might be getting an investment of 100,000, right now her business is not big enough for her to use money needlessly, obviously. Unless when her business gets known even more, she may be able to use a lot more and expand her business a lot more. And her competition as well, I think her competition is a very big problem she has, especially when her office is based with her biggest competitor, the Dockland Settlements. She needs to obviously move her office out, because obviously what happens, as she mentioned as well, is that the people that actually the customers that come into the offices get spread out between her competitors. So she's not getting her business as aware as she should be. I think that's the conclusions we have. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.